You were programmed to lose. From the moment you were born, invisible rules were imposed on you. A secret game was created to keep you trapped, while only 3% of people managed to escape and rewrite their own rules. 97% are living in illusion, following a system that condemns them to mediocrity. But now, you have a choice: remain a pawn, or finally become the master of the game. In this video, I will show you the 5 rules that no one ever told you, the same ones that winners use to escape this cycle and take absolute control of their own reality. Time is passing. Will you discover the code to get out, or stay trapped? The decision is yours. If you are smart and decide to stay, the answer is just ahead. Stay until the end and find out what no one ever told you. You're trapped in a game, and you don't even realize it. Almost everyone fails in it. The reality is that life is a competitive stage, divided between those 3% who succeed and those 97% who fail to advance. But what really defines a winner is the ability to shape reality itself. You hear? Position yourself to be among the 3% who will win. Today we are going to reveal how you can stand out in this game to win it, where 97% are losers, left behind. This is not just a game. It is the battlefield where the contours of our destiny are drawn. Hello, I'm Prosperum, your mentor on the Enriching Attitude channel. First, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because this is a sanctuary for your prosperity. And now, come with me. We often believe that success is tied to finances or certain types of formal knowledge, but true mastery lies in understanding the laws that govern the universe. Metaphysics. Secret societies are dedicated to hiding these truths, but we're here to unveil every secret. How do we truly win in the game of reality? That's a question few dare to ask. Therefore, it is essential to adjust the way we perceive the world. While most see life as an incessant struggle, we choose to see it as a strategic game. From the moment we alter our perception to see existence as a board, we rise above the self-imposed suffering and defeats that afflict the vast majority. That's because you're not just a participant, you're the creator of your universe. Before we move on to the rules that will change the way you play, it's critical to understand this. As long as you view life as a confrontation, it will be. Get ready, because we're going to completely transform that vision as we reveal 5 rules fundamentals you've never heard before. This perception arises from one of the fundamental rules that we will explore later. And here's one spoiler. At the end of this video, I will reveal an essential detail for your journey towards wealth. Something that will only make sense to those who watch until the end. Each rule is essential, so don't skip anything. Your future could be in every second of this content. Life is not a war, it's a game. The first rule is the perception that we must have that life is not a war, but a game. By understanding life as a game, you elevate yourself significantly above the 97% of people who are trapped by the torments they impose on themselves. Sufferings, failures, and adversities that arise from seeing life as a battlefield where conflict is inevitable. When you adopt the perspective that everything is a game and embrace this, you begin to see the tricks and strategies that can completely transform your life experience. Therefore, it's essential for you to deeply absorb what I'm about to reveal. Our focus here is singular, to empower you to shape the reality of your dreams without relying on gimmicks or passing fads. Reality is not limited to the physical. The second rule of this game is supreme. Reality is not limited to the physical. You need to understand, no matter when you began to dive into this knowledge, that most people play the game of reality as if it were purely physical. The truth is that reality transcends the mere 3-dimensional experience, encompassing dimensions and realms that go far beyond what our eyes can see. And what we're saying is that many people are trapped within a 3-dimensional view of the world, moving in a cycle they believe to be the entirety of existence. They think that the laws of cause and effect are confined to this single physical plane, unaware of the existence of multiple dimensions and realms of reality. However, the true nature of the universe is far more complex, not limited to what is tangible and measurable. the game of life unfolds beyond just the physical. We likely grew up in environments where relentless hard work was the norm, tireless parents fighting day after day to balance the bills and provide us with a better life. Perhaps we are now replicating this pattern, believing that only hard work will bring us the changes we desire. But, by understanding the true nature of reality, we realize that physical struggle is only one part of the equation. It's not just about physical action. It's about understanding the hidden mechanisms that shape our existence. The vast majority, about 97% of people, work tirelessly without understanding that they are playing a game whose rules go beyond mere physical effort. This limited view keeps most trapped in a cycle of exhausting labor, not by choice, but because they see no alternative. A continuous struggle that soils more than just our bodies. It stains our souls as well. However, we must learn that true cleansing comes from the inside out, not just by keeping a spotless physical space, but by purifying our perceptions and our expectations. You have just accessed one of the most powerful keys to consciousness, understanding that reality goes far beyond what the eyes see. Few receive this kind of revelation so clearly. As a form of gratitude for this transformative content, write now in the comments, "I am awakening to my true reality." This isn't just a comment, it's a public affirmation of your commitment to transformation. By writing this, you activate in yourself a new cycle of consciousness and attract more clarity on how to win the enriching game of life. You are now part of an awakened minority who are seeing the game of life in a new way. This knowledge is what differentiates the 3% who create their reality from the 97% who just survive. Get ready. What comes next will expand your mind even more. In the next part, we will reveal how you can start rewriting the rules of this game so that it works in your favor. Stick with us, because the next step is where true liberation begins. However, the vast majority, the aforementioned 97%, persist in a constant struggle, relying on physical efforts in pursuit of tangible results. They firmly believe that the key to achieving their goals lies in action, specifically those actions that occupy the three-dimensional space we call reality. For generations, we have watched our predecessors repeat the same patterns, never understanding the true nature of the game they are involved in. Physical action, however, is a distraction from the true battle, as reality transcends the physical game. Reality is a mental and spiritual game. But what really is reality, if not a physical board? Let us advance in this reflection, unraveling the mystery. Reality is a mental and spiritual chess. We need to understand that the real game unfolds in the invisible, in the domains of the mind and spirit. Here lies the true arena, where matches are won. Those who master this game are the true winners, moving not just with their body, but with their mind and soul. Remember, we are not tied to a physical battlefield, but we sail on an ocean of consciousness. The mistake of many is to believe that reality is limited to what the eyes see, but like the fly stuck in the window, freedom is found when we completely change our perspective. A simple 180-degree turn in our paradigm can be enough to set us free, allowing us to fly beyond visible obstacles. We now understand the influence of various dimensions in our existence. However, let's focus on two main ones: the mental plane and the physical plane. We often view the physical plane as our daily battleground, the scene where we persist in our quest for transformation. Yet it only represents the outcome of our actions, the effect of deeper practices that take place on the mental plane, which is truly the birthplace of significant changes. Consider this. At the beginning of a new year, many of us set ambitious goals, like improving our physical health. However, it is crucial to recognize that true changes originate internally. If, in our minds, we still feel limited or incapable, any attempts at physical change are destined to fail, merely reflecting an unresolved internal conflict. For instance, imagine you aspire to improve your physical condition. If you do not internally see yourself as healthy and capable, your physical efforts will be fleeting and frustrating. It's like training vigorously while seeing yourself as unfit. This disconnection between mind and action fosters a vicious cycle of fruitless attempts. internal change before external. To master the game of reality, it is not enough to alter only the consequences. It is imperative to transform the root cause. Reconfiguring our physical reality begins with an internal shift in our mindset and perceptions. By aligning our thoughts and beliefs with the goals we aim to achieve, our actions become naturally effective, flowing not out of effort, but out of alignment. Understanding this allows us to view life not as a series of physical barriers to overcome, but as a vast field of possibilities that first take shape within us. Therefore, by committing to mental fitness, your physical efforts will be far more efficient, significantly altering your interaction with the world. This new perspective elevates us beyond perceived limitations and positions us as true creators of our reality. We often start new exercise routines or projects with enthusiasm, but we notice that, after a short period, our motivation fades. We need to understand that the core issue is not physical endurance, but psychological preparedness. In the mental realm, where the true causes manifest, if we are not ready, no matter how much we push ourselves physically, our old habits will prevail. If we are not psychologically fortified, any attempt at physical change becomes fleeting. Similarly, seeking prosperity with a mindset of scarcity is a flawed strategy from the outset. True change is sustained by a powerful triad: be, do, and have. This mantra needs to resonate within our consciousness, shaping our interaction with the world. While the vast majority, around 97%, believe that physical actions lead to success and fulfillment, the truth is the opposite. Transformation begins internally. The cycle starts with being. We must first cultivate the mental and emotional state aligned with our desires. By transforming ourselves internally into what we aspire to be, our actions naturally align with our goals, making the manifestation of our desires a natural outcome rather than an exhausting effort. This understanding breaks the cycle of fruitless efforts and initiates a journey where actions are not only effective, but enduring. By adopting this new perspective, we align ourselves with a flow of existence that transcends mere physical dynamics, elevating us to a state of active and conscious creation. In doing so, we not only transform our reality, but establish ourselves as true architects and builders of our destiny. The failure of many is due to the lack of understanding that only 3% perceive reality as a mental and spiritual game, not merely a physical one. True transformation begins internally, aligning the mental plane before the physical. This inner alignment is essential, much like the reflection of a smile in the mirror. The masters of this game know that victory is determined first in the mind. A mental attitude that combines strong beliefs and emotions attracts the desired reality. Therefore, before taking action, it is crucial to align yourself mentally with your goals. Internal change shapes our external world, not visible actions. Understand that those who are truly successful already live in the reality they want to manifest, defining and not merely playing the game. At Enriching Attitude, we recognize that many believe physical actions alone determine destiny. However, unlike those 97%, we understand that true change begins in the mind. The challenge is mental and spiritual. It's essential to cultivate a mindset of prosperity before any material manifestation. Frequency. Manifestation before action. If we seek wealth, we must first feel rich within. This principle, frequency manifestation before action, asserts that physical health initially depends on a healthy mind. This understanding is supported by many who have rebuilt their lives after setbacks, maintaining a constant mindset of abundance. Therefore, genuine transformation starts within us and then reflects outwardly. In our reality, it's consciousness that leads, shaping it long before visible changes occur. When we understand the importance of prioritizing an approach that values mental and spiritual states before any physical action, it radically changes how we interact with our environment. While many rush into daily struggles, we choose to first enrich the soil of our minds and spirits. This isn't a mere detail, it's the foundation of all authentic change. Recognizing that reality is initially shaped in the unseen, in the realm of ideas and beliefs, distinguishes true life builders from mere spectators. This is the knowledge the elites have kept reserved, capable of transforming dreams into tangible realities. We observe how wealth holders use the mysteries of the universe to achieve their goals. Now it's our turn to master these teachings. As we deepen this understanding, we realize that the rules imposed on us are, in fact, mere suggestions. Reality isn't static. It's a constantly evolving canvas, ready to be recreated as soon as we shift our perceptions and beliefs. Everything begins with the ability to visualize and feel, deep within our souls, the reality we aspire to. The true experience unfolds first in the mind and heart, before materializing in the physical realm. We have taken the first steps in this transformation, but remember, we are only at the beginning. Take note, reflect on each new understanding, and share your insights in the comments, engaging with our community. We are not here merely to fill time. We are here to transform lives. By revealing strategies that many prefer to keep hidden, our commitment is to equip you not only to understand, but to master and recreate your reality. Always keep this in mind. You are the one who defines the rules. True freedom begins when we understand that restrictions are often self-imposed, and by changing our inner beliefs, we transform everything around us. The reality we experience is directly shaped by our subconscious beliefs. If you believe your dreams are unattainable, that will be your experience. Convinced that you can overcome any obstacle, that will become your path. Feelings of unworthiness or perceived biases based on gender will also manifest according to your conviction. If you expect misunderstanding, you'll find evidence reinforcing that view everywhere. Do you question the abundance of opportunities? Your pessimism will make them scarce. The feeling of being underestimated can solidify in your reality if you allow it. Believing that external forces are blocking your success will attract more barriers. And if you see yourself as unworthy of love due to physical flaws, your mind will find ways to sustain that pain. Remember, there is no absolute truth, only the one we choose to believe. Underestimating the power of the mind is to limit yourself unnecessarily. The truth in your life is the one you decide to cultivate and strengthen internally. At this very moment, as we take control to redefine the rules of our game, it is crucial that every decision directs us toward the future we desire. If the rules we establish do not lead us to our goals, then it's time for serious reflection, away from the interruptions of daily life. This goes beyond merely subscribing to a channel. It's about building solid foundations that support our highest ambitions and not just providing fleeting comforts. And to further help you shape these powerful foundations, we strongly recommend the reading of The Power of the Subconscious, by Joseph Murphy. This book is a true map of access to the source code of your mind. With simple and transformative techniques, it shows you how what you believe determines what you experience. If you want to master the game of reality, you must first master your own subconscious. The link to discover the book is in the first comment pinned below. Now, while you reflect on this, check if you are already part of our community by subscribing to the channel. Let's move forward. It's essential to understand that every rule we adopt and every concept we integrate into our lives shapes the path we walk. Isn't it fascinating to reflect on this? Often, the world tries to impose rules based on individual characteristics like color, gender, or age. However, the truth is that we shape the game of life according to the rules we define ourselves. Accepting external impositions without question is submitting to a script not written by us. We must be the authors of our own rules. There are no eternal truths. There are only visions and ideas ready to be shaped. What our subconscious mind recognizes as reality truly becomes our reality. Therefore, transforming our perceptions and beliefs is decisive in completely changing the landscape of our personal game. Truth is not fixed. It is what we decide to believe and strengthen throughout our lives. Before continuing, take a second to reflect on the impact this content is having on your perception of reality. You're getting tools here that most people will never have access to, and that can unlock your prosperity. As a form of retribution for this powerful delivery, click like now. This simple gesture shows your brain that you are committed to your transformation, and this commitment accelerates your results. Now that you are part of our journey, understand, you are not alone. Here, in this community, we form a select group of people who do not accept living trapped by the rules imposed by the system. We are the conscious creators of our reality, and the next content will equip you with even more clarity to break the invisible patterns that hold back your evolution. Let's contemplate together a fundamental yet often overlooked concept. Every aspect of your life should orient toward the reality you wish to achieve. Regardless of your current beliefs, it's essential that they pave the way for the manifestation of your dreams. Our goal here transcends teaching fleeting trends, like fad diets or using crystals for instant solutions. Our commitment is to share applicable metaphysical wisdom that truly empowers you to shape your existence according to your aspirations. And indeed, those who delve deeply into and apply this knowledge witness remarkable and lasting transformations. Consider that this wisdom begins with metaphysics, unfolding into a reality where stereotypes lose their value. Could such a simple idea spark a revolution in how we live and perceive our potential? Now we move on to the third rule, seemingly simple but often misunderstood. You cannot have what you desperately need. This paradox, observed in the dynamics of life, shows that those who need something the most are often the ones who lack it, while those without urgent needs enjoy abundance. This occurs because intense need creates a barrier between us and our desires, paradoxically repelling what we long for. The truth does not lie in fervent desire, but in aligning with the energy of already possessing what you seek. This is a mental and spiritual battle that far surpasses the physical aspect. When operating at this level, your reality and surroundings begin to transform. It's not magic. It's a conscious shift in perspective and energy. Understand as we move forward, the goal is not simply to have, but to be. By aligning yourself with your desires without the pressure of need, you open the doors to a reality where, paradoxically, less need results in greater abundance. We often observe an interesting phenomenon in the financial world. Those who seem to need wealth the least often possess it in abundance, while those who feel its absence most intensely are frequently on the margins of prosperity. This contrast challenges us to dive deeper into studying the dynamics of wealth and scarcity. When we examine closely, we notice that a feeling of intense need creates an energetic barrier called importance. And this importance, paradoxically, establishes a distance between us and what we desire. The more vital something seems to us, the farther it becomes, creating a gap where our most genuine dreams may dissipate. This phenomenon invites us to reassess our perspectives, not just what we desire, but how we perceive our desires. By transforming our view of need into one of acceptance and worthiness, we can truly bring our goals closer. This redefines how we interact with the world, demonstrating that significant change begins internally. We invite all of you, at this moment, to rethink the urgencies imposed by life and transform them into portals for personal growth and learning. In doing so, we not only bring our aspirations closer, but also strengthen our ability to shape the reality around us more consciously and assertively. Because this content is illuminating your worldview and helping you break invisible patterns, give back now, sharing this video with someone who also needs this release. Each person you help awaken is another force for conscious abundance, and by sharing, you align yourself even more with this energy of expansion. And now, get ready, because we're going to delve even deeper. You are in a safe space where we seek together elevation, clarity, and true conscious creation of reality. Let's go together, because the next stage of this journey to triumph will open your mind in a transformative way. Let's embark on this trajectory of creation together, not as mere spectators, but as architects of our realities. Imagine that the distance between our current state and our goals is flexible, influenced by the importance we assign to each desire. By reducing the intensity with which we chase these desires, they no longer seem unattainable. True achievers are not those who seek desperately, but those who move with calmness, staying open to possibilities without attachment to outcomes. Notice that by emphasizing a desire too much, we inadvertently widen the distance between ourselves and it. Moderating this emotional charge allows dreams to integrate more naturally into our daily reality, transforming aspirations into natural parts of our lives. Our desires are not the end, but bridges to emotional states of peace and satisfaction. By adjusting our perspective and lightening the weight of these intermediaries, We facilitate the attainment of our goals and bring harmony to our existence. Therefore, focus on the essence of what we seek, not on the superficial demands of achievement. This shift in perspective simplifies and enriches life significantly. In our pursuit of authentic living, we aspire not just to existence, but to the fullness of a life free from tension and filled with peace and contentment. We often see our desires as necessary steps to reach these states, as keys to open doors we've set up ourselves. But what if we removed these intermediaries? Imagine reaching directly for the state of mind you seek, producing vibrations of peace and satisfaction regardless of external circumstances. By cultivating these emotions within, our daily life aligns smoothly with our aspirations, triggering an inside-out transformation that facilitates the realization of our true purposes. In this journey of transformation, we recall ancient natural laws. There was a time when brute strength was decisive for survival. Today, however, the vibrational frequency we emit determines our true power. Power now does not manifest through physical vigor, but through the intensity and purity of our emotional and mental vibrations. We observe that it is not the strongest who achieve victories, but those whose frequencies are consistent, clear, and aligned with their inner truths. Supremacy belongs to the highest frequency, and this becomes a vital principle in our existence. We are not battling visible forces, but cultivating a harmony of energies that defines who truly prospers in the game of life. By harmonizing our essence with our desires and emotions, we remove the obstacles that keep us from our true goals. The strength of this internal connection is dominant and steady, guiding us to shape the reality we desire, not through excessive effort, but through vibrational congruence with the universe. In this way, we evolve from mere survivors to active creators of our reality, flourishing with every step along the path. In our evolutionary journey, we witness a profound metamorphosis in power paradigms. Where once physical strength dictated the rules, now, in the era of frequency, the strength of our convictions and the clarity of our perspectives prevail. Today, supremacy belongs to those who hold their visions with unwavering determination. Let's recall the remarkable example of a visionary like Jeff Bezos. Criticized for founding Amazon, a company then without profit, he persevered thanks to a robust faith in what the future could offer. This tenacity reflects the essence of a dominant frequency. The greatest challenge, however, arises when external influences test our resolve. As others' doubts penetrate our being, we risk seeing our own reality reconfigured, shaped more by external perceptions than by our own. The true battle, then, is not one in confrontation with others, but in resisting the storms of skepticism and criticism. Maintaining a high frequency goes beyond merely winning or losing. It is about sustaining the purity of our vision. Resilience, in today's context, means strengthening ourselves mentally and spiritually, adhering to the reality we've chosen to create, regardless of external adversities. Have you noticed how much these insights can transform your mindset? As you valued the learning we delivered here today, I want to invite you to officially be part of our community. Click the sign up button now, because by joining us, you will be taking the first step towards accessing exclusive content that will further accelerate your journey towards prosperity. Here, you will find people who, like you, are committed to raising their frequencies and building a more abundant future. You are not alone on this journey. We are a united family in search of growth and wisdom. Keep watching, because now we're going to reveal practical strategies you can apply right away to start reshaping your financial reality. This is the time to consolidate everything you have learned so far and transform these ideas into concrete results. Stay with me and discover how to get out of the invisible game that imprisons 97% of people and take the first steps towards true freedom. Reflecting on our desired paths, it's essential to keep a clear vision of what we want to achieve. Adversities can create doubts about realizing our dreams, making it seem as if we are far from our ideal future. True strength lies in maintaining the intensity of our intentions, for unshakable conviction moves the world. True leaders are aligned with the highest frequencies, firmly believing that what they desire is already within reach. Facing a low bank balance without disturbing emotional equilibrium exemplifies this. Staying steady in the face of challenges, believing in one's prosperity even against external evidence, and trusting in the success of one's ventures before seeing profits are marks of true winners. The strength of your frequency determines your ability to shape reality. Strengthen your convictions, nourish your frequency with positivity, and watch the universe conspire in your favor. You are as rich, peaceful, and successful as you believe yourself to be. Reality is molded by the strength of your mind and heart. Conventional morality has no place in the depths of existence. Universal laws operate beyond our sense of justice. This perception challenges us to rethink how we influence our reality. It is not kindness that shapes our destiny, but our ability to tune into the desired frequencies. Therefore, as we walk our path, it's essential to be more than ethical. We must be intentional and conscious. True transformation begins in the realm of thought and spirit, shaping our reality, not through morality, but through the strength of our convictions and clarity of vision. At this stage, we reaffirm an indisputable truth. Before our dreams are validated externally, we must live them internally. Imagine yourself achieving your goals, whether it's financial prosperity or finding true love. This should be a prior state of existence, independent of external confirmation. By remaining steadfast in this vision, we become invulnerable to others' doubts and criticisms. As we move on to the final rule of this transformative game, it's crucial to recognize that it challenges conventional notions and is vital for our growth. The universe is not sensitive to our morality. This may be a harsh reality, but it's liberating. Often, those who display great virtue, especially in adverse circumstances, face significant challenges. This happens because the universe responds to frequencies, not to moral concepts. Nature does not judge or distinguish between the just and the unjust. Lightning strikes indiscriminately, and tides do not spare the inexperienced swimmer. This is the universe operating beyond human morality, where natural laws are indifferent to concepts of good and evil. It's essential to recognize that the universe responds to the vibration of our thoughts and emotions, not to our moral intentions. Our self-concept, which combines mental identity and emotion, is fundamental. See yourself as someone whose reality is shaped by inner convictions, not merely by external factors. We understand that we are more than our fixed thoughts. We are also defined by what we deeply feel. Each emotion is a command for the universe to adjust accordingly. In mastering the art of shaping our reality, we acknowledge our power to reconfigure the world. By elevating our thoughts to the divine, we become active co-creators, continuously sculpting our existence with the energies of our emotions and convictions. How did you value these revelations we just shared? I want to invite you now leaving your like in this video, as this gesture sends a powerful message to the universe, further aligning you with your journey of personal transformation. By doing this, you declare your intention to take control of your reality and attract extraordinary results. Also, know that you are part of a special community here on the channel. We are a united group of people who seek to transcend the limitations imposed by the outside world and create abundant and meaningful lives. Together, we are building something bigger, a space where revolutionary ideas meet open minds and determined hearts. Don't stop here. Keep watching, because in the next parts of this video, we will reveal the practical secrets for you to start shaping your reality in a tangible and immediate way. Stay until the end and discover how to use these tools to permanently escape the invisible game that traps 97% of people. The next step will completely change the way you see the power of your emotions and decisions. In the universe of creation, the fifth rule, where we are guided by the vibrations of our own mental frequencies. These frequencies represent our deepest beliefs, not merely those we profess on the surface. When we declare prosperity, we are sometimes confronted with an abyss between our thinking and our feeling, revealing what we really accept as truth. This misalignment directly influences the reality that surrounds us, proving that it is essential to be in the right internal frequency before acting on thoughts. While the universe remains indifferent to our superficial pretensions, it responds to what truly vibrates within us. Those seen as antagonists in history often possess a resolute and unwavering self-concept, rooted in an unshakable belief in their abilities and the certain success of their desires. This unwavering commitment to their own narratives elevates them to frequencies that manifest grand destinies. On the other hand, those of us who view ourselves as virtuous often find ourselves trapped by limiting frequencies. This stems from doubts and self-sabotage that prevent us from achieving what we truly deserve. Our self-concept, often constrained by others' expectations and imposed standards, can confine us to a reality that does not reflect our true potential. And now you may ask us, why then do the good so often suffer, while those less virtuous seem to prosper? Our answer lies not in the goodness of actions, but in the strength of their self-concepts. As long as we remain trapped in the belief that being good is enough, we will continue to be confined by the limitations of a reality that does not simply recognize human morality. We are not here merely to fulfill earthly expectations. We are here to vibrate in harmony with the cosmos, to shape a universe that reflects our highest aspirations and virtues. In this game, the true challenge is not just to be good, but to deeply align your frequency and worldview with the reality you wish to manifest. Before seeking any external change, ask yourself, do I already embody internally what I seek externally? Reality, after all, is a mirror reflecting not our fleeting intentions, but our persistent vibration. But if you want to speed up this process by discovering the secret that winners use to transform their lives, don't miss the video that reveals what you need to sacrifice to live your dreams now. Just click the card that will appear on the final screen of this video. And with this broad understanding of the 5 rules for triumphing over reality, there are no more words, only actions to be taken. To make the practical application of the 5 rules we've outlined in this video easier, we'll simply summarize them here, so you can revisit the 5 rules in a simplified form anytime you need to review this chapter. In short, we have detailed an intriguing perspective on how to interpret and interact with life as a strategic game, focusing on the mental and spiritual dimensions rather than just the physical. By adopting this perspective and applying the 5 rules presented, you can achieve greater success and personal fulfillment. In summary, first rule, perception of life as a game. See life not as a continuous battle but as a strategic game, where understanding and correctly applying the rules can completely transform your life experience. Second rule, reality beyond the physical. Understand that reality is not limited to the 3-dimensional physical experience. It encompasses multiple dimensions and planes that transcend the visible. Third, reality is a mental and spiritual game. The true challenge and game of life take place in the mental and spiritual realms, where a mental attitude, aligned with desires and convictions, sets the frequency that attracts the desired reality. Fourth rule, internal change before external change. To alter physical reality, it's essential to begin with a transformation in mindset and internal perceptions, realigning thoughts and beliefs with desired goals. Fifth rule, manifestation of frequency. Before action. First, cultivate a mental attitude of prosperity or any other desired state. Physical reality will align more effectively and sustainably with this internal frequency. These rules are designed to equip you with a deeper understanding of how internal perceptions and attitudes directly influence your external reality, creating a more conscious and strategic approach to life. With them, the universe is ready to conspire in your favor, bringing you everything you desire. To speed up your mastery over reality, which will lead you to triumph, we've created an exclusive ebook, The Science Behind the Law of Attraction: How Positive Thoughts Shape Your Reality. A must-read for those seeking to reprogram the mind and create their dream life. Download it now from the first pinned comment. And with a sharp mind, always keep in mind that true transformation begins within you. And with the 5 rules in hand, be the smartest in the game of reality. Continue to explore, grow, transcend, and receive the laurels of victory. Since this video has delivered extraordinary content to you, capable of expanding your consciousness and repositioning your path towards prosperity, reciprocate now with actions that strengthen this connection. Like it, share it with those you love, subscribe to the channel, and become a member. Together we are creating a community that has chosen to go beyond the average to live the extraordinary. And now be sure to watch the next video that shows you what you need to sacrifice to live your dreams now. See you next time, and see you on the other side.